Hi, I'm Diana from www.artfullyyours.net, which is my art blog site, and most all the videos I make are contained within blog posts, which give you a lot of information that go with the video. Now this video series I'm making, the painting video series, is dedicated to beginners, and I'm just saying hello right now because when I start painting, the canvas takes up the whole screen, and I just want to say hi right now. So let's have fun. Let's start painting. Hello, and I just want to show you the palette that I'm using, but I encourage you for you to use the colors that you think that would go good, wherever you think you might be hanging this painting. The color schemes of the room is where I think is where you should get your colors from, not necessarily copying the colors I have, but what I have right here is cobalt blue, alizarin crimson, cadmium red medium, liquid metal gold, and titanium white. And so then my setup is okay. I have this is my I tell you about this in my blog article, is a disposable paper palette. It's about 16 by maybe it's 11 by 14. And I do not have all my paintbrushes. I had to order new paintbrushes because mine got lost in a move that we did, and I'm waiting for my new paintbrushes. I have to use paintbrushes that are really not very good right now, but I have palette knives, and I'm going to be using an assortment of palette knives, and this good 2-inch brush. This is about 2.5 inch brush. That's really gonna be good for this. This is a 16 by 20 canvas I'm using. And then these brushes, this one is a good round one. The other ones I don't even want to tell you about them because they're just very inferior brushes. And then right here is the spray bottle for misting your palette from time to time to keep the paints moist, or maybe even on your canvas. And I just use a big bucket of water. And then the sponge, and you can use a roll of paper towels, but a lot of times after I wash out a brush, and I wipe it on the side, instead of using paper towels all the time to dry out my brush, you can tap it on the sponge. And this sponge it's better if you use a big huge sponge. Actually, you tap out the extra water because you do not want your paint, well actually in the beginning you do want your paints watery. For our first layer of paint, we want to work from thin watered down layers to getting thicker and thicker with less and less water added. Okay, so I'm gonna I'll see you in a bit. Okay, hi. So I have my canvas. It's 16 by 20, and it's on a table easel. And I'm going to start off with a big brush, and I wet it, and I want, like I've been saying, I want the paints watered down and watery for the first layers. And I'm painting all the top part blue, cobalt blue. The bottom part's going to be kept white because I have a certain idea of this painting that I want to do, and the bottom part's going to be white with drips. And next thing is, yes, I got it, keeping it watery. I'm going to use all different colors now right in here. It's going to be kind of like flowery abstract. This is the alizarin crimson. forgot to put on my palette is violet. I'm also using a violet. There's different shades of violet. I'm going to be using a dark violet, and I just got my purple. The bottom part of the painting is going to have drips, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now because that involves a lot of water, and right now we're at the stage of the painting where we are trying to use thin layers of the acrylics watered down with water. So I load up my brush with a color like this. I had Alizarin Crimson on here. I get paint on the brush, and then I dip it in water. I dip it in the water. Oh, you would be surprised that drips are a lot harder to make than you think until I guess you get the hang of it. Oh, I'm pressing down. It looks like if I press down, the better drips happen. I'm gonna let those drips dry a little bit, because right now they almost just became the same color instead of being different. And you can dry this layer right now. I'm gonna dry this layer with a hairdryer.